Welcome back to A Taste of K. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I make Haitian beef soup, known as Bouillon Vyann beef. The ingredients I'll be using is beef for stew, beef neck bones, veal, and I'll clean that with lime and salt. I'll use 4 tablespoon épices, 1 pack of sazon, 2 pack of bouillon powder, 1 lime, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, ground cloves, salt, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, habanero pepper, yellow yams, malanga, potatoes, carrots, watercress, spinach, and I'll also be making dumpling, which I'll use flour, oil, salt, as well as water. And not pictured is butter as well as lima beans. I trimmed away the fat that was on the meat. I cleaned with lime as well as salt. And then I poured hot water over the meat and allow it to sit in that for about 5 minutes. Then I rinsed. And now I'm adding the meat to a bowl, which I'll use to season the meat. To season the meat, I'll add épices, 1 pack of sazon, 1 pack of bouillon powder, onion powder, garlic powder, ground cloves, paprika, the juice of 1 lime, salt, as well as tomato paste. I'll mix that until everything is well combined. Then I'll add 1 habanero pepper, To get maximum flavor, I'll allow this to sit in the refrigerator overnight to marinate. Before cooking, I'll allow it to sit on the counter to get to room temperature. In a pot, I went ahead and added some olive oil, allow it to get hot, and then added the meat. I allowed the meat to cook for about 5 minutes before adding half a cup of water. I added the half a cup of water to the same bowl that had the meat marinating. I stirred, then covered the pot, lowered it to medium, and allow it to cook for about 20 minutes. I'll continue to check on it to make sure that it is not burning. After 20 minutes that the meat has been cooking, as you can see, it started to render some more liquid, but this would not be enough liquid to cook the soup. I've been boiling some water in a pot. I'll go ahead and pour the hot water and allow the meat to continue to boil. I noticed that the pot I was using was not going to be big enough, so I switched from the smaller pot into a stock pot. I covered the pot with a lid and allow it to boil for about 20 to 25 minutes. In the meantime, I'll work on making the dumpling, preparing the spinach and watercress, and peeling the root vegetables. To see a video on how I make dumpling, you could go ahead and click the link in the description box below. In a bowl that has water, I squeezed in the juice from 1 lime. This will help prevent the yellow yam from turning brown after I peel it. Then I went ahead and peeled the carrots, the malanga, the potatoes, as well as the yellow yams. I sliced the carrots at an angle and I tried to cut the malanga, potatoes, and yellow yams into about the same sizes. After cutting the vegetables and the root vegetables into small pieces, I went ahead and rinsed it under cold water, and I allowed them to soak in fresh water until I was ready to add it to the soup. To see a video on how I prep the watercress, please look in the description box below. And for the spinach, I just give it a rough chop and I rinse it under cold water. Now that we have the root vegetables and the vegetables all ready to go, I'll go ahead and stir the pot, give it a taste, and make any adjustments. I'm going to add 1 pack of bouillon powder as well as salt. I add the watercress, spinach, and yellow yams. I'll hold off on the potatoes, malanga, and carrots because those take less time to cook compared to the yellow yam. I'll give it a stir, place the lid on, and allow it to cook for 10 minutes. I add the dumplings as well as the malanga. Now I add the carrots. I added lima bean, butter, as well as one more habanero pepper. The first habanero pepper that I added was not giving the soup the heat that I needed, so I added another one. If you do not want a lot of heat, spiciness, one will do. I gave the soup a stir, covered and allowed to cook for 10 minutes before removing the lid and adding the potatoes. At this point, I'll allow the soup to cook for another 10 to 12 minutes until the potatoes have cooked. Now the Haitian beef soup, known as Bouillon Vyann beef, is done and ready to be served. Thank you for watching A Taste of K. I'll see you in the next video.